Whoop! Hey, everyone. Let's have another one. Yeah! Keep it going. I've got a soundboard now.
Adam's got a new soundboard.
Got a new toy, so I can play with sound effects forever. How's everyone doing?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Oh no, I've got a sound.
We love that. glad that was it. Have you put the actual visual symbols on it?
I made some little icons myself. I don't know if you can see it.
Hold them up close to the camera because everyone's got to see these.
It's not going to focus. Oh yeah, it is. Oh well, either way, I made little icons for them all, so that's fine.
That is so cool. That is so cool. I like the fact there's even a cricket on there.
Yeah, I know.
Preempting the fact that we will have awkward silences. Okay. I like that.
We're getting better. We're professional.
You might have to stop using the cricket. We might become so good and so slick that you can't use the cricket anymore.
That'll be
that one's really cute. You actually drew a little cricket icon, didn't
you? Yeah.
That could be the time to use it. But thank you for putting all that work in and just making it better, right?
Yeah, well, we've spent quite a lot of time upgrading the system this week after the freeze we had last week. So hopefully, guys, let us know if this is working for you, and it should be really good.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, thanks for putting the time in, guys. I really appreciate it, and it's just really, really fantastic that you're learning this stuff and bettering everything, and just so that we can have this joyful community every Sunday. It's really good, really good.
I'm dangerous now. I've got a soundboard.
a soundboard with a button.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah. I mean, yeah, we've got some I've already. Yes, with us today. We don't have Vinny. We need to play my video. But we have guests hopefully that can try to make up for him not being here.
We've got a fully packed schedule for you guys today. Some exciting stuff, and even a game at the end that Ben doesn't know about because I planned it about half an hour ago.
I'm scared.
Well, people keep asking us if we like games, so I thought let's.
So there's a game we've got later.
Bonus round at the end,
yeah. I don't really know it. I've just been told about there's a game. Ben knows less about the game. There's a
can I phone a friend?
Of knowledge.
Yeah, well you can
if it's Vincent.
Can I phone a friend? Can I phone Paulette? Can I phone? Well, let's see what occurs, eh? Let's see what occurs.
Yeah, so let's get into it. Today our advertised podcast we called it Metal Health because basically metal and rock and goth music is, I think we all agree, is good for your mental health and possibly your physical health if you work out to it. And yeah, I just wanted to kind of explore that, and I think it would be really interesting for people to hear kind of how music contributes to a good frame of mind and a good positive experience in life, and not just listening to it but playing it, creating it, and maybe Ben, earlier on this week I noticed that you posted something really inspiring about creating every day if you're a creative, even if you're just starting out or you only do it a short amount of time, the importance of doing that and the cathartic feeling that you get from doing such a thing, creating and carrying on with the thing that we love. And I think it'd be really interesting thing to talk about.
Yeah, so I think what I've learned over more recent years with creation is that the very act of just getting started is being creative, because we have these goals for ourselves. If we sit down and do something, it must be amazing, otherwise we failed, otherwise it's pointless, or we get demotivated. But failure, inverted commas, is part of the process of becoming good at stuff. Even if that's you're working on a song and you work through X amount of iterations that don't work until you get to the one that does. And I think once we can understand that and we can welcome those inverted commas failures, because it's part of getting better at something and leading towards something, it makes it less scary to start on stuff by recognizing that whatever this piece of work you're doing is, only you are going to necessarily see the early stages of it, unless you want to share it with other people. So you don't have to be scared that it's not great at the start. because it will get better if you keep doing it. And what someone said to me the other day that really struck with me this week, as they said, try when you be creative to do it for the joy, not for trying to get better at it. Because if you do stuff joyfully because it brings you, well, joy, then necessarily it's just going to bring happiness into your life. And the byproduct might be you come up with something awesome rather than this isn't good enough. Because what really is good enough, that's just an abstract concept. It's arbitrary. Whereas enjoyment, you feel it, you know when it's real. So with any kind of creativity, I just trying to do a bit of it every day, even if that's stuff like preparing the workspace so you can get straight into it the next day, or preparing the materials or whatever. I think it's really important, while remembering that we do need to take time off from our creativity and our art so that we can get inspiration from the outside world as well. Because sometimes I find that if I'm just stuck trying to do something for ages, the answer won't come until I go for a walk or whatever. And then suddenly you've got time to process it in a different way. So yeah,
Absolutely.
it's been good.
Going for a walk is hugely important. Like, you could be sat at your computer or typewriter or a book or whatever it is you choose to use, and you think, why is this thing not coming? Or like, I've done this and I think it's okay, but maybe you need some time to relook at it and all that sort. And you go out and you have a walk, or maybe you just go, right, I'm going to stop now and I'm going to completely not think about this for X amount of time, go and do something else, go and meet up with a friend or have some coffee, or delve completely into this next activity, whatever it is, like commit my entire heart and mind to whatever the next thing I'm going to do. And then when you come back with fresh eyes and a renewed experience to the thing that you're working on, suddenly it's clear. The thing, if you had a problem or something you're trying to overcome, the clarity is there and you can get straight through it. You think, oh, brilliant, I know how to do this. Or you can look at it and you go, oh, actually, this is all right. I'm quite happy with this.
Yeah. Maybe before you didn't think it was very good or wasn't good enough, and then you come back and the distance gives you that objectivity to go, oh, wow, and you have an emotional response to what you've done. Like, actually, I'm really quite happy with this. Have you ever found that the answer or the next part of it has come to you when you've gone off and done something else?
Yes.
You're unloading the dishwasher or whatever it is. It's like, oh my god, it should do that. Welcome
Taking
to my
a shower,
world.
usually, or having a bath, some sort of water-related activity.
Dishwasher, whatever. So maybe your brain is able, once it's outside of the being inside the creative process, to have a bit of a summary of things and think about things differently.
I walk about between 4 and 8 miles a day around London.
Wow.
And I pick a different direction to go from my house every day. And it depends on what sort of music I'm writing, where I end up. So if I'm writing a heavy rock song, this is not, I work on a laptop a lot, right? So I will go to a rock bar or something and work on it there. So I'm in the atmosphere of what I want to sort of create. And then I'll do work there for 2 hours, then go for another walk, listen to what I've written, and then go back to it somewhere else. And it's sort of a journey songwriting process. And I need the atmosphere of different places that reflect what I'm working on. I find that very helpful. Not just because I like to go to the pub, which I obviously do, but it's about getting the feeling, and also because people are going to listen to these things. I mean, I was a DJ for years, so people are going to listen to a lot of music in these environments. So I want to make sure it's what I'm working on is influenced and reflected by that.
Do you find that when you go from one place to another, often that the walk that you take, because you take quite a long walk, I understand, between one place to another, it's work for an hour or hour or two, and then it's walk for an hour or two, and then when you get to the next place, do you find that the walk has helped you
of course.
kind of synthesize that in your head?
I write nearly all my music, or write all my ideas in my head, and so the bits between the walk is the sort of the writing, but and then when you sit down with the computer and Cubase and stuff, that's making those ideas solid. I write nearly all of everything in my head, and then go and take it to a computer or a bass or whatever, put it down. So
yeah, and
that's why I'm
that
really
means
influenced.
you're not limited by the instrument in front of you or
Yeah.
falling back into old habits or old riffs or whatever. You've just got this complete anything goes in your head, and then you figure out, well, then how do I actually do that in reality?
And you can just listen and focus on the same bit over and over again. I do like every time I move from location to location, I do like a mix down, and then I do listen to that on the walk to the next place, and then be like, oh, that's a bit I could do there. So it's like when movie directors get like the dailies of what they filmed of each day, and they see it and review it for the next day. I just do that in like short spurts.
There's something really, really important to be said for kind of summarizing a day of creative thinking, whatever your creative outlet or your artistic, pursuit is. There's something to be said for getting that kind of summary at the end of the day and then going, okay, now I'm going to do something. Maybe it's a ritual that you have, or maybe it's something that you do before you go to bed that you say, right, I'm saving this for me for tomorrow. When I wake up in the morning, I'm going to wake up excited because I know I get to do this. And
my problem is I also dream of ideas as well. When I'm doing web design,
your subconscious brain screws you over.
I never get a time off, because when I'm doing web design or anything like that, I literally dream of like a solution, and then I'll be like, that'd be great, and implement the next day. I don't really have much time off from my own head, but that's a creative mindset, I guess. I can't. I like problem solving.
Does anyone else dream about their work and then wake up in the morning and go, I know how to do it now?
You know what? I've had like 3 dreams about this stream in the last few weeks on how to make it better. So hope it's good.
And he's done it.
Yeah.
He's done it, and so it's worked. And
we're not streaming, we're dream streaming.
Nice. I like it.
Wait, that wasn't a joke. I've got no sound effect for that, damn it.
What are you trying to convey? Like moment of genius?
Yes. Like light bulb.
Sound. Have you ever dreamt riffs and ideas and you wake up and you're like, oh my God, and you have to try and record it into your phone or something?
Yeah, I have.
How legible are those ideas the next day in the cold light of day?
Well, they're actually really good, because I sleep with my phone and a recorder next to the bed. When I screw myself over, right, is when I've had a really good idea for a song and I've written it in a dream, and then I also dream that I've woken up and recorded it. Yeah. A few times I've been like, Adam, don't forget this in my dream, because I'm quite lucid. And then I dream that I've recorded it, and I wake up and I'm like, oh, I didn't record it. That's a pain.
That must be horrible.
Yeah,
that must be really awful, because your dream self has screwed over your
well, I mean, I'm obviously really like, you must record this, but I'm also really tired.
Do you think in the future there'll be a way to actually just hit record when you go to bed and just watch it all the next day?
But can you imagine all the crap you'd get fed back to you the next day?
Yeah, true. And also,
all the dreams you don't remember.
Yeah,
I'm really good at like controlling what I do in my dreams. So I don't know why we've gone off on this tangent.
You do that sometimes, and it gets. You hate dreams, Adam.
I know. I
literally hate it when people.
Actually,
talk about
that's really
dreams.
funny. Like I keep moaning about hearing about people's dreams in the last couple of streams, but no, I don't mind my own. Well, I mean, if they're about music, I hate nonsense.
Yeah.
So
go on, Nat. Sorry.
I was gonna sort of bring it back to kind of, it's always
sanity.
It's always dreams about music. Sanity. Well, I don't know about that, but it's always dreams about music, and music therefore nurtures your mind and your soul and your heart when you're dreaming. So the thing I wanted to put to you both was why is music good for the mind and the soul? Not just listening to it, but creating it, and for the people in the chat as well, like whatever stage you are in creating your music or your poetry or your art or whatever form it is, why is that good for the soul and the mind?
Adam?
Oh, I was going to say Ben.
Okay, well, I'm quite happy to go.
Yeah, you go. You go for it.
Well, firstly, one of the most amazing things about creation, whether it be a song or a drawing or whatever, is that magical feeling that this morning this did not exist and now it exists.
That's cool.
And I made it exist, or me and my friends made it exist. It's such a cool thing. And I think that feeling that it gives you of empowerment, of that you have the ability, we have the ability to make stuff that we like, that we're passionate about, is really just enriching for your soul and your sense of autonomy and your sense of control of your life, that you're able to just create stuff. I think that's really important in every sense. Also, you're presumably, when you write stuff or you feel inspired to do stuff, it's coming from an emotional place. So you're expressing something that gives you a sense of catharsis that often will then connect with other people and they'll feel an emotion from it. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a really kind of like meaningful sort of emotional kind of experience. It can simply be joy. Like when we see those great cartoons that are coming out every week, that Elatane does.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Just,
they're amazing. Really,
they
really
make
good.
all of us feel really happy. And that emotion that presumably that when they've done these drawings, they've been like, I'm doing this because it's joyful. It's a joyful process of creation. And then that joy is then transmitted to other people or across the world. So I think that's really important, that you're connecting with people on an emotional level when you're creating stuff. And yeah, so connecting emotionally with people. Also, I'm sure you guys have both had this thing, because you're creatives, that feeling of inspiration when you get a really good idea, you just have to do it. And you're not thinking, oh, if I do this, it means it will make me cool, or I'll earn some money from it, or it will become successful. You're just like, oh my God, I have to do this. I have to do this because it's in here and I need to create it. I just have to. I have to do it.
Calling.
Yeah, it's a calling. Exactly. It's almost like it's come from somewhere else and you're sort of a conduit for this amazing idea. And so
being a conduit, for this brilliant idea.
Yeah. And so it's when you've got that feeling that you can't just not do this creation because it's just this compulsion, like you said. I think that's quite a wonderful feeling. And whenever I feel that, it's the same feeling I've had ever since I started writing songs when I was 9 or whatever. It's that same feeling. I'm reconnecting with that inner self of, I want to create stuff because it's cool and it makes me feel good, rather than adult thoughts of, yeah, but what's the point? And all those kind of, like, sometimes, like, as you get older, when you start to think, yeah, but what's the reason for it? What's the logical? It's just like, no, it's joyful and I want to do it.
I tell you what, the hardest part of being in a band is that feeling. You write a song and you're like, this is fucking great, I want to do this. And then you finish it and you're like, this is the coolest thing. Even if it's not, but like, the excitement you get. And then you have to wait 6 months or whatever before it's released. You want everyone to hear it straight away, which is why we love doing this streams, because we can actually, talk to people here and then without having to wait for everything to go through the cycle of the music industry. So it's like, you want to like share the excitement of like, this is the banging new song we've done, but obviously you have to release it properly and you can't do it straight away. So it's the sad, the frustrating thing that you just want to be like, here's loads of stuff.
But the nice thing about us writing together is that we can send it to each other. And then we can sort of go, look, I've got a bit of an idea here. What would you do with this now? Let's build this up. And so I totally know what you mean. It's that you want people to hear it.
Yeah.
Because
it's banging.
Because it's banging, yeah. But what I'm finding at the moment when we're working on these new songs together is it gives me real joy to be sending stuff back and forth and giving each other this feedback of, oh my God, that's awesome, or I love this, or and that constant sort of motivation, the joy that it's bringing, particularly because when we're writing stuff together, we know it's for our band, which means that we're all feeling this excitement about it, rather than just, oh yeah, nice idea, mate, I like it. It's like, wicked, this is us, this is our thing.
And you're all contributing to it together. So
yeah, exactly, yeah.
So the excitement is, I can't wait to see what the other person has
produced. No, the writing process is well fun. It's just once the song's finished, we're like, let's go.
Yeah. And then, it can become, when you're doing it actually as a band properly, rather than just writing songs at home, it's then, oh, but how do we get it out? And how are we going to
release songs coming for you guys
at some point? Yeah,
but then
definitely.
On my side, like talking to people and putting things out and seeing the community grow and seeing,
this is lovely.
Being able to write things and ask people questions and have people respond and genuinely want to know answers and
Well,
things
and
like that.
having you
It's a
guys in
lovely
the chat,
community to be involved in.
a community
Yeah.
is so encouraging, and
Mm.
like it's so lovely as well, because there's a lot of downtime, or there's a lot of time where things aren't being released. So to connect with fans like this weekly and online is so lovely.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's really good. We really appreciate
Thank
it. And yeah, thanks to everybody for liking and subscribing and following and joining and stuff. So it's really encouraging for us to see these numbers just building and building. And it's also good for us as a collective, even though Vincent's not here today, but usually he is, that we get to come together every week. And often when you're in a band, sometimes weeks can go by and you haven't seen that person. And we're now getting to connect every week. It's wicked.
Yes. We get to have a bit of banter.
Exactly. Banter.
Oh, banter. Always one for a pun.
Hey, I've got a new soundboard effect.
I love that you've got the buttons for the soundboard effect now. They're just so straight away.
I'm just looking for reasons to press them.
I'd like to know. Tell us about how you create a sense of euphoria and belonging within writing music, and how you make people feel like, yes, this is like the solidarity feeling that you feel when you go to a gig. You know, like everyone in the chat, like you know when you go to a gig and you're like, yeah, and you meet someone you haven't ever met before, and you just think, yes, we're together, this is great. And I think Diamond Black create this really well. With their music, and also like I think bands that you guys are fans of as well also are good at this, so you've managed to incorporate that into your own music. But how important is creating that first sense of solidarity with people, and how do you write a euphoric song?
It's a question.
Lots of questions.
There's a lot of questions. Well, I mean, the reason why I love music, especially rock music, is because of, you know, the energy in the community and the feeling. It's not just like when you're listening to it, but like if you're at a festival or a gig or anything, everyone is friends. It's like, so we're all here because we love this thing, and it's such a shared experience and a shared love of something. So it doesn't matter like about backgrounds or anything. It's like you're there for this vibe and this brilliant thing. It's just a community, and like everyone's there, like patting each other on the back, and it's great. And it's the same with you know, the rock scene in general. I'm sure it's just a lovely community, and it's a helpful and uplifting place, especially at a gig. I feel like being in a mosh pit or going to a gig is probably one of the most helpful things you can do to cheer yourself up, or like to, you know, really feel connected to people.
100% you can.
I think it's like rock and roll therapy.
Yeah, some of my happiest memories of being a teenager, starting to go to gigs for the first time, was you'd go down to the front and you'd see people with the same band T-shirts as you, or bands you like,
you make friends.
And you instantly are singing along with them, and you've never met them before, and it's a wonderful feeling. Same as if you walk on the street and you see someone with a band T-shirt, like wherever you are, you feel a connection with that person, because you've got such a profound love for that band that you then feel a connection with that person, even though you've never met them before and you're in a completely different town or even country. So the power that music has to bring people together because of that same ethos is really powerful. And I said again, as a teenager, when I was having problems at home or problems at school, you go to a show and you escape, because you're then seeing people and you're connecting with people who get you, because they get the music that you get. So there's a connection there.
Yeah, I think we all know each other because we all hung out in the same rock bar in London as well. It's like
yeah, that's how all three of us know.
It's like other. That's all you need to know.
All of those
like you go to the pub
or
a gig, you can talk to anyone, because like, oh, you like metal? I like metal.
What metal? Yeah, totally. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if you get that with like pop music or anything.
Unless it's the Venga Boys, obviously.
Well, naturally. But yeah, it definitely brings together those who perhaps feel that they've been slightly outside of the norm, and they can sort of connect with.
I like to be outside of the norm. The norm is boring.
Yeah, totally.
Why would you want to be inside of them? I mean, I feel like everybody watching this podcast, currently or in the future, will want to be outside the norm, right?
Well, until Diamond Black come the norm, and then it's fine.
Well, no, you never become the norm. Maybe mainstream, but not the norm.
Okay, well,
Who's Norm?
I don't know.
I
Got no jokes.
I always imagine Norm as Newman from Seinfeld.
Well,
That
yeah.
weird?
Like, hello, Newman.
Yeah.
Hello, Norm. I don't know. Maybe you don't. I do always do. Anyway, tell us a little bit more about. You've touched slightly on kind of how, you know, people in your life and speaking to people and showing people your work and stuff helps you carry on, keep creating, and this sort of thing.
Well, I think working with other people and expressing the art, sharing it with other people is really important. Now we talked about how creating things makes you feel more like yourself. Working and one of the things that I've been doing today is
your background.
Is yeah. So I've got some new pictures up here.
Sorry, I want to press it.
And these are all things that I've achieved in my life. Okay, so they're like clippings of bands when I was in magazines, and one's even my university degree. But you see, there's not a lot of things there. There's only 6 things. I've only achieved 6 things, 7 things. But they are maybe a selection. Anyway, the point being that I think it's really important to have these reminders around of things that you achieved, that you're proud of, that you're passionate about, that you put so much work and sacrifice into, and you got a result from it, because that can keep inspiring you to keep going and keep being motivated to do the next thing. Because being creative and doing anything productive is hard, and can be challenging, and you can feel demotivated. So having those things up there, putting those up there today is really nice, just a reminder of the great times and experiences surrounding those things. I know, Adam, you've got a number of your works and things around you and your achievements around you to help.
When we started our design agency, we made the wall of achievement. And it's even like things like incorporate the company, get an accountant, register a trademark, get this big client. It's because if you just working day to day and you don't realize how far you've come and how much you've done, and it's really good to just see like, oh shit, I didn't think I could do any of this. It's a good reminder you're on the right track when things, you know.
And you don't realise that you have done all these things because you're so busy doing them.
Yeah, exactly.
But when you get to the sort of, you stop and you poke your head out and you go, oh, wow, I've done all this stuff.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh shit, I can do anything.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I think people should fill their backgrounds with things that remind them of things that they achieved or did that were good, that they're proud of. I think, you know, Ben, what you said about, you know,
especially if you're creative and you're trying to make it on in a career like music or design or whatever that doesn't have a set path,
or even writers, because there's a lot of writers in the chat. I think if you're, you know, you've got to a certain chapter or whatever,
helps to remember like, what you've done and how far you've come.
So this is weird, but like it's a bit of a tangent, but I've created my characters on AI, like drawn them on AI quickly so that I can put them on the wall so I can see what they look like.
You're writing a novel.
I'm writing a science fiction novel.
Yeah.
But people who are writing novels and scripts and screenplays and things, if you don't have time to draw the characters, which I assume most people don't, because as long as, I mean, if you do, great, but do them on AI and then stick them on the wall, and then you can sort of see them evolve as time goes on.
It makes it more tangible, I guess.
Yeah, it makes it more tangible. That's wicked.
Yeah, and you can see them. You can look into their eyes, and you can be like, and then every time you get up and walk around, they're looking at you, and you're like, yeah, I will do you proud.
Like, why haven't you written more today?
Like
why did you in a horror film where the eyes just follow you.
Well, no, it's not like it constantly follows you around. That would be really cool if you did. Dear ChatGPT, make me a character that follows me around.
That's really cool. I mean, what a lateral way of thinking about how to motivate yourself with these new characters and colleagues that then around you that remind you not only of this world you're creating, but also that you are creating it and you're making progress and it's becoming tangible. The other thing that I've done with the frameworks today, the frames, is that I don't know if some of you guys remember that I did a post where I'd taken these frames and put 4 CD covers in each one, and I've done like 12 of these, and they finally went on the wall today.
Nice.
And the way it's arranged is that when you walk into the flat, they're chronologically arranged down the main corridor into some like my musical journey through my life.
You've got your own little Hard Rock cafe in your own house.
Yeah, exactly. So the chronology of it reminds me of my journey. And there's this great line in this Wild Heart song called 29 Times the Pain, where it goes, it's where essentially the song is them talking about all the bands that inspired them, which is, by the way, SideQuest was what inspired us to do Dark Anthems. It's the same sort of thing. But the lyrics are made up of band names and song titles. And there's this great line in there where it goes, making me feel like me, SLF, BOC. And he's talking about Blue Oyster Cult and Stiff Little Fingers. But that line, making me feel like me, always stuck with me, because when we listen to the bands and the music we like, it reminds us of being us, being ourselves, and how powerful that feeling can be of, yeah, that's so me. And I think having all these iconic artworks across my apartment that remind me of my journey just make me feel happier about being myself and where the journey and just that sense of identity that I think is really important.
Yeah, totally is, completely. And when you're thinking about these bands that you even written a song about them, how important is it to have bands like this in your lives, bands that give you this message, that stay with you, that help you write messages of hope? And this is a question to Adam and Ben, and also to everyone else who we are sharing this conversation with as well.
I mean, it's pretty important during the pandemic, I think. I like Andrew WK has got me through the pandemic. I listen to him all the time. Actually, I was listening to him before we came on stream to get pumped up. Because it's just literally all about positivity and, like, you know, keep going and love of music. I remember I went to see him and we did like a lecturing tour. He was just doing like these motivational speeches. He was not playing any music at all. It was great. Actually, tangent story. Like the craziest gig I've ever been to was Andrew WK gig. Him solo and a keyboard in this venue in Soho. It was just him and a keyboard on stage. And within like 20 seconds, people were climbing up the wall and jumping into the crowd and everyone was going mental. And it was like the most fun, exciting gig ever. Anyway, so I can't remember what the question was, but
how important is it to have music like this in your life?
Yeah,
like Andrew WK, how important is that?
Because, well, he's got a song called You're Not Alone, which is really, I feel like that is basically my answer. I don't remember.
What's the song about?
I don't remember the lyrics, but like basically my answer is it makes you feel like you're not alone. Yeah. Not just that. I mean, just having music.
It makes you feel like you're important and loved.
Well, I mean, not important. I'm not like.
Well, no,
like...
important enough to live and to carry on and to do something meaningful with your life. And I think listening to that when you're feeling a bit down is really, really, really helpful.
I think that's what we try to do with our music, especially through the misery and stuff.
Yeah.
And how do you guys write songs like this?
Well, it's quite naturally developed over the last few years. I think that we've become very organically that our message has become more and more focused on these positive aspects. I think since we started doing the live shows, it just suddenly became a lot more, again, organically just developed that we were starting to talk about these things on stage and we were starting to explain the songs and give people the story behind the story and talk about the messages. And it's been amazing because people have come up to us afterwards all over. I'm so happy to say all over the world now because we have played like outside of the UK. It's exciting. And come up to us and said, that song meant so much to me, or what you guys said on stage today meant so much to me, or that T-shirt means so much to me because of the message that it has on it. And people have got tears in their eyes. People we've never met before, because what we're creating is having a profound emotional connection with people, and I think that's really what, when you create stuff, is the goal, is to have a connection with people and be able to emote something. And so that positive and uplifting message very organically came from, I think, the point we started doing the shows in 2023. That's when we started to recognize that that was a really important strand of our music that we want to push more and more going forward. And so with this new material that we're writing, again, the focus is really becoming more and more on these issues to do with positivity and empowerment and mental health,
Wanting to
and
help people.
and able to help people. Yeah. So even though
not like in an arrogant way, but like
not like we're the best, and not and hopefully just in a way that says, that offers hope and offers connection, in a way that feels kind and feels enlightened, rather than it like being, you know, preachy or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's an extension of our personalities as well. Like, I remember when I was living with friends, I like to try and help people out and give advice, and like try and you know, give people positive messages in the real life. So if we can do that through music and reach more people, that's even better.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I've found is that with this touring that we've done together in 23 and 24, it's made us so much closer as friends and as people, and therefore the message feels even more alive, because it's us as a band and a collective with our, you know, close teammates like yourself, Nat, that are becoming a movement and helping each other. You know, now there was a time during the Hellfest tour when I was actually really anxious, and I spoke to you about it, and you, within like 3 minutes, really helped me. And because I know that I can rely on you guys to talk to about stuff that isn't about necessarily what are we going to do next in the band. It's like I'm struggling with something. Exactly that. So it's been really amazing these last couple of years of finding this voice that we and this mission through the music.
and what tell I think getting across how happy and cathartic creating music and writing music and playing music makes you both, and Vincent I think would agree too, but he's not here, but can't speak for him, but I think so. Like, tell us about the process of creating music in terms of how good that is for your mental health and how that makes you feel every day. And I know, Ben, you've been writing music this week, and you know, Adam, you've been talking about you. I mean, you play piano every day, don't you? So there's a daily kind of, and it's not because you feel like you have to. It's because you really like doing it.
Well, there was one particular song idea that I've been working on this week, and I've taken a bit of a different approach this time to the lyrics. What I used to do was I used to just write placeholder lyrics of just like random words, and then write the proper lyrics at the end. But what I've been doing this week is I've actually been trying to get the lyrics closer to the final versions in the early stage, so that those words are hanging around the music from the beginning. So they're creating that world, that voice and that tone, that sound. And I was writing something for one of these songs, and I listened to it back, and I just broke down crying, because I felt like it really expressed what I wanted to express. And that, you guys will recognize that, especially you, Adam, that odd kind of catharsis, good crying, that you're processing something. And that feeling that you've put it in a way, you've expressed it in a way that you're happy with, something that make you feel so emotional, is it's a very strange and unique experience, but it's a powerful one. And for me, that's a barometer of, this is going in the right direction now. If it's making me kind of cry, then this is going in the right direction.
Well, if it's emotionally affecting you, then hopefully it should convey that to other people as well. So
exactly, but and even if it doesn't, at least I know this is my authentic voice. At least I know that I can have the confidence that what I'm putting out there is something I really believe.
As long as you don't do it while we're on stage.
Or just start weeping.
Yeah, be like, oh, it's
could be tears of joy.
I feel like the crowd would weep along with you.
No, well, that's
everybody
true.
would be like, you know, in solidarity, because I think when people go to Die in Black gig. It's like
It is.
there's a sense of
It is a lovely
solidarity in the sense
community.
of we're all in this together.
That is true.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. What about you, Adam? The catharsis of writing?
I sort of the opposite. I'm like, I have to do it. I feel really bad if I don't do something creative or writing every day. Like, I get really miserable if I don't do something because I feel like I haven't achieved anything. So I almost got like this burning need to do something creative or musical, or I mean, everything I do is creative, even if it's graphic design or writing or even setting this up. Like, so I'm sort of more driven in a way that I have to do something, and I love it. I'm not saying like this is like some sort of curse, but I love it, and I feel bad if I don't do it. I don't know if that's the right answer.
No, it's part of processing and feeling like you, I guess, every day.
Yeah.
That in order to really feel that sense of self and identity, is that you want to create stuff because it makes you feel good.
I love creating stuff. Like, it's and problem solving and creating stuff and getting stuff done. My only downside is I like to see results, and which is why I have a business, and the business is easier because then you see results.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And then I think it's important to
different
note that
creative ventures.
sometimes results don't often manifest themselves in the way you expect. So you don't see
No,
lots
I know,
of tangible
but-
results at once, and then you
No.
do afterwards. So for people who are expecting to see results often, sometimes
I'm
it's
not
a
like-
long, slow process. But then
Yes.
when you get them, it's really rewarding. So sticking at it is really important.
Well, that's exactly. Being in a band is playing the long game.
Yeah, and I think we chatted. Well, we did on the recent tour when we were in the van, and we were like, "Hang on, so much has happened since we did that show in Camden on at the end of 2022. Like, so much has happened in every sense of the shows and our development as friends and as a band, and building the brand and the artwork and everything that's developed. Like, it was really quite nice to stop for a minute and go, hang on, we've done loads of cool stuff, rather than being what's next. It's like, this is ace. And because progress is often exponential, it means, well, if in year one we do X amount, we probably do double that in year two.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about where we're going to be. I'm really excited about where we are now, but I'm super excited again about where we'll be in a year from now, and what will be happening.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine what they'll be like in a year's time? Given
I'll
what's
have
happened
a
last
bigger
year?
soundboard.
Oh, well, that'd be in a week. Yeah,
We've got a sort of hard stop in 7 minutes time.
Why on earth is
Well-
that?
Because it's coming home.
well, wait. This when people are watching this, it may not have come home.
Well, yeah, I might look stupid next week.
But
We have to end 10 minutes early so I can run to the local pub.
However, what have we got to do in the next 10 minutes? It's pretty cool. So first of all, next week, Adam, you've got a gig.
Oh yeah, well, next Thursday we're going to Manic Street Preachers with Suede co-headline. What a fucking lineup that is!
Nice.
Well,
So
so good,
expect
Alexander Palace. So
All the
that's gonna be
goss
good.
from that next
All
week.
the goss.
Yeah.
And didn't go to gigs this week. So there's not much to report. I don't think anyone's gone to any gigs this week at all. Anyone else in
we
the
had a
chat's
bit
gone
of
to
a-
any gigs this week?
Time off after being at Hellfest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like so much gig.
To not be at gigs. Yeah.
Keep saying this up instead.
But yeah, so Adam, you got a surprise for Ben. haven't you?
Well, okay. I was shout out to the Slim Jim's liquor store in London. They posted online earlier. They've I don't know if it's them that did it, but there's people have made AI art of band names, like literally, and I thought it'd be funny if we try and guess what they are.
Ooh,
So,
that's
for example, someone has told AI to make some Pearl Jam, and that's what it's come up with, right? This will become
Nice.
clearer as I scroll through a few experts. See if we can guess. I've only seen 3 of these, so we're going to be doing this on our own, right? If you're listening
Amazing.
to this on audio, then you probably need visuals. So, Right. What do you reckon? So it's a bit like a Dingbats Mad Lib. What do you reckon that band is?
Right. Where am I looking?
Oh, can you see it? Oh, you have to go on YouTube and look on YouTube.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, right. So what the name?
Yeah, so it's like an AI
name.
image that's supposed to represent a band name. Let me tell you this one. This is Audio Slave.
Oh, amazing!
Ah, see. So this is gonna be a fun game we can all play.
Oh my god, I love this! I love this! I love this!
I know. Right, there's a few of these.
Ooh, interesting. Okay, can everyone watching guess what the next one's going to be?
What we got next? What do you reckon this one is? I don't know all the answers, by the way, but I've got a pretty good example.
Oh right, okay, cool.
What do you reckon that is?
The answers.
Yeah, it is.
Wow. So hang on, phone.
I might be wrong on some of these because I haven't actually written down the answers.
Twins calling.
Talking.
The chat seemed to have got it right.
Oh, look at this!
Elliot and Emma are right there.
Talking heads. There you go. That's talking.
Well done, guys.
Amazing.
This is my favourite one. See if you can get this. It depends if you know the band. Anyway, do you know that one?
Wait.
Anyone who thinks?
The
people will say it's a cute picture, but it's not when you know what it's supposed to be. This is the Butthole Surfers.
Okay. Brilliant.
Brilliant. Very nice. Right. Any idea what for this? I don't. Oh yeah, there we go. These are actually really good. Oh. So there's a bit of a clue.
Temple.
Oh yeah, temple's in it.
Temple of the Stone Temple Pilots.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow, that was good.
Getting this now.
But what's with all the moss?
Oh, well, it's just I don't know. It's AI, so you can't be perfect. What's this one?
Not going to take our jobs yet.
Oh, come on! It almost says the answer in the background.
Well, it does. Yeah, Def Leppard. Yeah. But
Wait, I'll give you an applause.
I'm amazed that AI spelt all those words right, apart from pizza.
And apart from leopard.
PT at school.
They didn't spell Def Leppard right, though, did they?
They spelled, well,
No,
they spelled
but-
it incorrectly.
Oh no,
and they
there's
spelled leopard
LEPO.
incorrectly.
Right, okay, yeah. Sorry, I just looked at that in my brain and thought
You
it was
spelled it
correct.
the right way. Oh, what's this one?
Mm.
I've got the answers on. What have we got here? Oh, okay. Oh,
Wow,
yeah.
this is such a cool game.
I know.
Stairway, Velvet. Oh, Velvet.
Oh,
Jump
yeah.
around?
I think the consensus is this one. Some people say this is Simply Red, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be the Velvet Underground.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Some people did say Dream Theater as well. I don't know if there's actually a consensus on this one, but I'm guessing
We've got mixed
we've got
reactions
mixed
in the
So
chat
what-
too.
I think Velvet Underground.
So do you
don't
not
have
have the
any of
actual
these out there.
answer?
Well, I'm just looking at people's replies. I don't want to.
Okay.
Right, here we go. I don't know what this one is.
Okay.
I think, yeah, Velvet Underground. Okay.
Oh, this is actually really good. So this one's a pun. This is a pun. It's a band that you like.
A band that I like.
Yeah. Wow.
It's not
80s
Death
rock.
Maverick. Okay.
What's the guy doing?
Hail.
Yeah. And what's
Hail.
what's he hailing?
Hail Taxi. Hail,
Van
Hail Cab.
Halen.
Van Halen.
Oh, Helen Fleming got it right in the chat. That's really cool.
Well, I've got a few more of these.
This is amazing.
I know, this is a really fun game,
We should
isn't
just do this
Well
for an
done,
hour
Helen.
every
it?
time.
Yeah, fuck it.
We definitely need to introduce Vincent to this when he comes back.
Okay.
Snake tree. Audio snake tree.
You've got to realise that, AI have done these, so they're not the best ones.
Tree speaker.
Say what you see.
Snake.
Yeah,
That's what it
it's
is.
catchphrase for rock bands.
Oh.
It is, yeah. Say what you see.
I think Elliot's got it right.
What?
Stephanie.
So what is he? Where's Mr. Chips? Get Mr.
What's
Chips
he
out.
doing? What's Mr. Chips doing?
Catch him. Okay.
That's good, but it's not the one.
It's great. It's a great guess. It's a great guess, but it's not right.
It's not the one. So it's a garden.
Right,
It's a
because it's like
garden
garden
with
of
Yeah, I
Eden.
think everyone
Okay,
in the chat's
they've
got it.
A sound garden.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah,
very good. I love how it's a garden, but there happens to be a snake in there.
I
Like,
guess it's a garden
AI
of
is
Eden,
being
right?
deliberately.
Yeah,
Being
exactly.
Gnostic.
Yeah, that's quite good.
Wow.
Okay, this one.
It's like Nevermind 2.
Oh yeah. I've got mixed use. It's got mixed.
Oh my goodness, Emma in the chat, perfect. Straight
Deep
away. With it.
purple.
And Rinka and Venus, bam, in there.
How are you guys so good at this?
Oh no! I've lost it.
Wow.
Is that correct? Deep purple.
Oh, no. Wait.
I really thought that was like the Nevermind
Well,
child, the baby, when
who's
he's a
this?
grown up.
Who's this guy? Ben, you're not on this, man.
Oh.
Oh, this one. Oh, Crimson.
sorry, it's pretty
King
hard.
Crimson. King
Hey,
Crimson.
he's boom straight in that one. I think I've got
That
a
was
few
very
more.
quick. That was very quick.
Oh,
Okay.
that's rubbish. Well, unless you're American. I saw this one. It's supposed to be the Supremes. But the explanation was at Taco Bell in America, there's a Taco Supreme. That's what they've got on there.
But you'd only get that if you
we don't get
knew
in
what
England.
Taco Bell
get that
was
one.
or went
Yeah,
to.
you have to
regularly.
know
Don't
Tacos.
get it.
Don't understand it.
Oh, come on,
Don't
this one.
get it.
This one. People should get this one. Go on.
A Panic at the Disco.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey.
Yeah,
Well, I think we got.
yeah.
This is fun. I like doing this. This is really weird that this is what AI generated when you give them band names.
What do you think that they did it straight? Oh, hang on, there's a new one.
Falling
That's-
baby.
Oh, come
Falling
on! You
in
got the
reverse?
first word right.
Falling in reverse.
Oh no! Falling.
No.
Something.
Falling.
What is?
Falling child.
Well,
No.
what kind of? You got it, Natalie?
Sorry, no, Simon Osborne in the chat.
Fallout
has it.
Boy.
Yeah!
Right.
We're going to have to get people send these in every week so we can do this at the end. This is fun.
Oh, that'd be
this should
amazing, yeah.
Definitely be a regular.
Yeah,
A
there's
regular
two
thing.
more. We've got two more. Then we're going to go watch
Two
some
more.
football.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, these are all. We're in the emo world now.
Oh, chemical.
My Chemical Romance.
Yeah.
Ah, excellent.
And the last one I think is quite easy if you know the band. Well, if you haven't heard of the band, you won't get it. But if you've heard of, it's probably the most self-explanatory one.
Cage the Elephant.
Yay! And that's the end of our new section.
I like it. We've got to now think of a name. We've got to think
Catchphrase,
of a
yeah.
name for this section. We've got to
Okay,
think of
cool.
a name for this
Right,
section.
guys at home, thank you
That was
so
really
much
fun.
for watching.
You guys are really sharp.
Yeah,
we
you-
need to get
you
up.
will
We need to up
bang
the
on
game
that.
with the AI a little
Right.
bit better, make it a bit more difficult.
Well, I mean, they were
but
quite
yeah,
difficult.
thanks to Slim Dims for providing that post
Yeah.
and
Coming home.
providing us with all that entertainment.
Right,
Brilliant.
cool.
Well,
All
We'll
right,
see you guys next week.
see you next week.
Like and subscribe and share our lovely channel because
yes,
we love doing
definitely
this.
do that.
Yes,
Yeah, definitely.
like,
do that.
subscribe, and stick with us because we love doing this and we love talking to you every week.
Okay, see you next week. It's coming home.